1926. That's the year the data behind your retirement plan was born, a world that is long gone.
So we're using a strategy from 1994 for a retirement in 2025. That massive disconnect, it has a name. It's called the static rule trap, and we're about to tear it apart. So who's the real target here? Well, it's not the people who didn't prepare, no. This trap goes after the careful planner, the one who did everything right, followed every rule, and thought the math was solid. And they made one critical mistake. They took a guideline and treated it like an ironclad guarantee. Look, the 4% rule was never a promise. It was a research finding. It always came with a risk, a 1 in 20 chance that the money just runs out.
Okay, let's put a name to the villain in this story, because this is where the problem really begins. It's called the static rule trap. Here's what it is. It's the total breakdown that happens when you apply a fixed, old-school rule to a completely different, modern financial world. It's a mismatch. And this is the part nobody ever seems to mention. This trap isn't just one thing. It's built on 4 fundamental flaws, 4 structural weaknesses that are pretty much guaranteed to make the whole system break. First up, the return gap. It's simple. Expected returns today are way lower than they used to be. So that 4% you're pulling out, it's taking a much bigger chunk out of your growth engine. Weakness number 2, the longevity mismatch. The original rule was designed for a 30-year retirement. 30 years! Today, you have to plan for 40, and those extra 10 years put incredible pressure on your portfolio. The risk that you run out of money, it skyrockets. Third is inflation specificity. And here's where it gets really painful. This isn't about the official inflation number. This is about your inflation. Your real costs. Think healthcare. They inflate nearly twice as fast. And that creates a catastrophic gap in what your money can actually buy. And the fourth weakness, sequence exposure. The rule has zero defense against a market crash. It forces you to keep pulling out the same amount of money, even while your portfolio is bleeding value. You're locking in your losses, draining the tank. The system, it fails.
Okay, this is where the math completely falls apart. Let's look at 3 retirees. They all start with $1 million, and they all follow the exact same 4% rule.
Our first retiree hangs it up in 1995, and their timing was perfect. They walked straight into one of the biggest bull markets we've ever seen.
Their portfolio actually grew, even while they were taking money out. The rule looked like a genius move. But here's the real story. They didn't succeed because of the rule. They succeeded because they got incredibly lucky. That's it. Pure luck.
All right, now for retiree number 2. They retire in the year 2000, and in their very first year, bam, they get slammed by the dot-com crash. So they're stuck. They have to keep pulling 4% from a portfolio that's just getting hammered. The damage was devastating, and it was permanent. Their nest egg got so small, it never had a chance to recover. 15 years. Their portfolio was completely gone, depleted. And that brings us to retiree number 3. This person retires today, and this is the scenario most people face. No dramatic crash, just mediocre returns and that killer healthcare inflation. 23 years, and the portfolio is gone. It wasn't a sudden crash that did it. It was a slow, quiet bleed, an irreversible drain, year after year. And this is the hidden cost of the trap. It isn't some spectacular explosion. It's a quiet, $10,000 shortfall every single year. That's the gap between what the rule promises and what reality delivers. So, we've identified the problem. Now, what's the solution? We need an escape plan. It's time to stop thinking about a static rule and start building an adaptive system.
Instead of one rigid rule, we need 4 intelligent responses. 1, your withdrawals must be dynamic. They have to adjust. 2, recalibrate for a 40-year horizon, not 30. 3, model inflation based on your spending, not a generic number. And 4, build a structural buffer to absorb market shocks. See, this is a system, not just a number.
All right, this brings us to the final, most important shift in thinking. We have to stop looking for a simple number. It's time to start asking much smarter questions. The old question was, what percentage should I withdraw? That's the wrong question. It's obsolete. The new questions are, what's our plan if returns are low? What happens if I live 10 years longer than expected? What do we do if a crash hits in year 2? A plan that can actually answer those questions, now that's a plan with a real chance to survive. So here's the final verdict.
Your biggest risk isn't a savings problem, it's a system problem. Build a system that adapts, don't just follow a number that assumes.